Osakov is a bit nervous now because the teachers have defeated him now. The teachers have outwitted him. Now Osakov has got just one more exam to fail. So he says, I'll be very, very careful. I'm going to be more careful now. The math teacher takes his place facing Vasakov. The other masters are much worried, but the math teacher assures them with a gesture that they may depend on him, nothing will go wrong. Now, one more exam is there. Normally, math is the most difficult exam, and normally students fail in mathematics. So, other teachers are worried. Now, other teachers are wondering whether the student will fail in this exam. So they look at the teacher, math teacher with great concern, but the math teacher, who is very intelligent, tells everybody, assures everybody with a gesture that they may depend on him, nothing will go wrong. So here you are. Oh, look at him. He calls his math teacher old stick in the mud. That means someone who refuses to try anything new. The teacher, the math teacher, is called conservative, highly traditional. Do you know what we used to call you? Stick in the mud. You always remain stuck to the same good old beliefs. You know what we used to call you behind your back? You had better brush up your weights if you think you are going to put one over on me. See, teacher, if you are really going to outwit me, be very careful. You should really think 1000 times, because for me it's very easy to fail in your exam. So if you are going to pass me, if you are going to defeat me, you should be really careful. I'll start off by telling you a few things about maths. So before you ask me any questions on maths, let me tell you a few things about maths that I know. 2 times 2 is 5. See, I'm very bad at maths. Listen to what I'm saying. 2 times 2 is 5. Vasakov is trying to prove that he knows nothing. And I make up my own multiplication tables as I go along. And you teach multiplication tables, but I don't know anything about. I create my own tables. And if you add 8 apples and 2 pears, pear is another fruit. If you add 8 apples and 2 pears, the answer is 27 apricots. Apricots are a fruit. Pear is a fruit, apple is a fruit, and he says you add 8 apples and 2 pears, what you get is 27 apricots. Something highly stupid. That is my system, that is my maths, and you'll see me use it when you ask me a question. To hell with your maths. Answer. Will you say my answer is excellent? Answer very good. Answer correct? Not this time. It will be simpler if you say that you are not prepared. Let me fail. You can't pass me. You can't pass me. I won't allow you to pass me. Math teacher very strongly. You must not joke about a serious examination, Mr. Vasakov. Be very careful. This is a serious examination. I'm going to ask you 2 questions. One of them is easy, the other is difficult. Be serious. This is a serious examination. Let me ask you 2 questions. The first one is easy, second is difficult. Now, here in this, Vasakov imitates a teacher. One of them is easy, the other is hard. The same old stick in the mud that you always were. Vasakov remembers that even 18 years ago, the math teacher used to tell the students the same thing. I'll ask you 2 questions. First one is easy, second one is difficult. And he calls him stick in the mud. I remember the pictures of we used to draw on the board. So he tries to irritate that math teacher by telling him that I still remember the pictures of we used to draw on the blackboard. Math teacher, very intelligent, he interrupts, he stops Vasakov and tells him, look, if this were an examination in drawing or art, you would be marked excellent. Now you are telling me that you used to draw my pictures. Vasco, remember, this is not an examination art. If it had been an examination in art, we would have given you excellent in that subject. He pauses. Now Vasco becomes silent. Suddenly, he knows that he's going to be caught. But we are dealing with maths, Mr. Vasco. We are not dealing with art. We are dealing with maths. I'll begin with the easy question. The easy question is, if we represent the speed of light by x, if the speed of light is represented by x, the distance of the star Sirius from the sun by y, the speed of the light is x. The distance between the star Sirius and the sun is y. If this is true, granting this, tell me what is the circumference of a 109-sided regular polyhedron. So what's the question? If the speed of light is x, the distance of the star Sirius from the sun is y, what is the circumference of a 109-sided regular polyhedron? What is polyhedron? A figure, solid figure with many plane surfaces. Polyhedron, multihedron. Whose surface area, the surface area of the polyhedron coincides, matches with that of the hip pocket of a state railway employee whose wife has been cheating him for 2 years and 11 months with a regimental army sergeant, army general, major of hussar. Look at the question. The speed of the light is x. Distance of the star Sirius from the sun is y. Now the question based on this, what is the circumference of a 109-sided polyhedron whose surface area coincides with that of the hip pocket of a state railway employee whose wife is cheating him for 2 years and 11 months by having an affair with a sergeant major of hussar. Hussar is a member of a light cavalry regiments in European armies. Okay. Hussar is a member of any of various light cavalry regiments in European armies. You know, the question is absurd. There is no connection between the first part and the second part. It talks about the speed of light. It talks about the distance of the star Sirius. Then he talks about a polyhedron. Then he talks about a hip pocket of a state railway employee. And he ends with his wife who has been cheating him by having an affair with another person. No connection. It's an absurd question. Maths teacher begins this question by saying that this question is easy. But you know, it's very difficult to answer. Nobody can answer this question because the question itself is absurd. The staff are upset. Why are the staff upset? Because it's a very, very difficult question which cannot be answered by anybody. Even teachers can't answer this question. Now what is going to happen? Mr. Vasakov is going to fail, and if he fails, he will demand his tuition fees back. So all the teachers are upset. They tell him, sir, what is this? Professor, maths teacher, what is this? Even the principal is worried. He said, Professor, what is this? Vasakov, don't interfere with him. Now Vasakov is asking the professor and the teachers, come on, don't interfere with him. To the maths teacher, will you repeat the question? Will you repeat the question? I didn't follow your question. Now maths teacher says, oh no, I can't repeat my question. Either you paid attention or you did not. Either you know the answer or you don't. Tell me the answer, because if you don't know, you're going to fail. I can't repeat my question. You should have paid attention to me when I spoke. Vasako, of course I know it. Come on, it's very easy. he wants to give a wrong answer. He says, I know the answer. Naturally, I know it. I'll tell you. 2629 liters. What is the question? What is the circumference of a polyhedron? The answer is 2629 liters. No connection between the question and the answer. Exact, no fraction. Now, did I give you the correct answer? Will you say, oh, my answer is excellent? He chuckles, he laughs. I've given you answer which is too good. You can't accept it. Math teacher says, no, your answer is wrong. The correct answer is 2628 liters. What do you say? 29 liters. The correct answer is 28. You said 29, not 29. He turns to the principal and tells him, sir, I refuse to pass this candidate. Mark him failure. So the math teacher fails him in this exam by asking a meaningless question. Vasakov is very happy, bounding. He says, I told you I have failed. I told you I can't pass in maths. Principal is shocked. Professor, what have you done? Math teacher, I'm sorry. It is true that his error, his mistake, amounted to less than a 0.1% in the total, but was a mistake. A mistake is a mistake. He fails. He said 29. The correct answer is 28. So that means he fails in maths. If you make a silly mistake, it's gone. The answer is wrong. He fails. Vasakov is overjoyed and he says, my tuition fees, give me my tuition fees. Math teacher, in my opinion, the candidate's request is reasonable. Right. Now the math teacher tells the principal, sir, in my opinion, his request is very reasonable, sensible. Now that I have satisfied myself he cannot pass our examination, it is right to recover, get back the monies, the tuition fees which were paid to us by him. So he tells the headmaster, sir, he has got a right to get his tuition fees back because he has failed in the exam. Vasakov is very, very happy. He can't control his happiness. That's so, that's right. Give me the money. The staff get angry with the math teacher. The staff stare as if the heaven has fallen. The heavens have fallen on them. The principal. The staff stare as if the sky has fallen. The principal angrily to math teacher. Is that what you think? Are you trying to tell me that I should return the tuition fees to him? Math teacher. Absolutely correct. 100%. That's a good school. See, come on. Absolutely, you have to return the tuition fees. This is a good school. It is our duty to see that nothing ever spoils, injures its fame, reputation. See, ours is a very good school, so nothing should injure, spoil the image of the institution. How much do we owe you, Mr. Vasakov? Now he's turning to Vasakov and he's asking him, just tell me how much money do you have to get? How much money does the school owe you? Vasakov is greedy. He is very happy, forgetting everything else. He said, I'll tell you exactly. So I'll tell you. I attended this school for 6 years in all. So I studied here for 6 years, 18 years ago. During the first 3 years, the fee was 150 crowns. Okay, crown. It's the currency. 150 rupees, as you would say, quarterly. So quarterly, I paid the fees. It was 150 quarterly. Total for 3 years. So 3 years, I paid 1,800 crowns. In the second year, the fee was 400 crowns semi-annually. So total 2,400 and 1,800. Total is 4,200. Examination fees I paid That was 240 crowns and 95 hella. Hella is coin, paise as you would say in India. So examination fee was 240 crowns and 95 hella. Certificates, documents, books, stamp taxes together 1241 crowns and 43 hella. Total 5682 rupees or crowns and 38 paise. Then other charges, incidentals, miscellaneous expenses, stationery, notebook, everything put together comes to 768 crowns and 12 paise. Grand total 6450 crowns 50 paise. You can just leave out, knock out the paise and just give me crowns. Maths teacher checking with the paper, he too calculates, and pencil. Maths teacher checks with paper and pencil. As Vasa calls out the amounts, he says exactly. Maths teacher says what Mr. Vasakov has said is absolutely true. Vasa, exactly, yeah, you can believe. I know, I remember what I paid. Maths teacher says it is right. There is no question about it. It is right to the smallest detail. You need to get back so much of money. What's the exact amount? 6450 crowns and 50 hella. There is no doubt. Right? You are right to the smallest detail. He offers Vasakov his hand. He shakes hands with him and tells him, I congratulate you, Vasakov. You have answered my second question, which was difficult. That was my difficult question. I had told you before the examination began, I had told you I would ask you two questions. First one would be easy, second would be difficult. When I asked you the first question, you couldn't give a right answer. You couldn't give the correct answer, so you failed. But you have succeeded in answering my second question perfectly. So congratulations, you have answered my second question, which was difficult. Vasakov is confused and he's asking what? The maths teacher to the principal, sir, I certify that the candidate passes in maths. His answer to the easy question was very little out of the way. Instead of saying 28, he said 28 liters. But the answer to the difficult question, how much the refund should be, was exactly correct. I asked him two questions. First one was very easy, which he could not answer. He answered, but he made an error, he made a mistake. But the difficult question was answered perfectly, was exactly correct. Mr. Vasakov is a mathematical genius because he remembers accurately how much money he paid to the school as tuition fees nearly 18 years ago, so that he's a mathematical genius. Vasakov strikes his forehead because he knows that he is caught, and he says, oh, you did put one over me, oh, you caught me, you trapped me. Now the principal gets up and he says, all the exams are over now. I present the results of the examination. Mr. Vasakov has passed with a distinction every subject and has again shown that he is entitled to the certificate. What is the certificate? SLC certificate that we gave him on his graduation. Mr. Vasakov, we offer our congratulations, accepting a large share of them for ourselves for having taught you so excellently. So the teacher says you are a genius because you have scored extremely good marks in all the subjects. That shows that you have got the right to have the certificate that we issued 18 years ago. And we thank ourselves, or we congratulate, while congratulating you, we should congratulate our teachers, ourselves, for having taught you so well. Now that we have verified your knowledge and your abilities, he makes an eloquent gesture, get out before I have you thrown out. So finally he says, now we have verified your knowledge and your abilities. We have come to know that you are very good. So he raises his voice and shouts at Vasakov, saying, get out before we throw you out. He rings for the servant. he rings his bell for the servant. The following speeches are nearly spoken almost at the same time, simultaneously. The history master, now every teacher is courageous, bold, because they have defeated the student by passing him. The history teacher, what do you say? I'm a numbskull? Say it again, I'll show you what is what. Physics teacher at the same time he says, you call me a cannibal? What? You were the one who tied a string across the aisle making me fall in the class? Geography teacher, you called me hypocrite, nitwit, ass? Math teacher, you called me old stick in the mud? The servant enters at that time. He is asking the headmaster, yes sir, what should I do? The principal indicating, showing Wasakov, he is asking the servant to remove that object. He calls Wasakov an object. He is asking the servant to remove that object. The servant seizes, catches Wasakov by the collar and the seat of his trousers and rushes him off. The servant comes and catches Wasakov by the collar and just pushes him out of the room. The principal turns to his staff and smiles nicely, beams. Thank you, gentlemen, he tells everybody, for your magnificent cooperation. You have cooperated with me so nicely. In the future, it will be our proudest boast that in this school, a student cannot simply fail. Come on, we should thank ourselves. It's a big honor for us that hereafter, we have proved so nicely that no student can fail in a school. Even the weakest, even the stupidest student can also pass. In the future, it will be our proudest bragging, boasting that in this school, a student cannot simply fail. They shake hands and slap each other's back, and here ends the play.